welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley-Long. With me, we have Davey Lusco. He's the founder of Louisiana Retro Con. It's a convention of video games and other paraphernalia that will be coming to Morgan City in September. This is quite, I believe, an accomplishment, quite an event to have here in Morgan City. And when I asked you, what exactly is it? You kind of let off that it's a family-friendly event. And I think that speaks to the people, the atmosphere of Morgan City. So before we get into all of that, let's talk about your room. How does your room look? I mean, when I talk to gamers, I'm just so intrigued as to, you know, are there lots of lights? Is there no lights? I mean, what does your room look like?
I mean, if I'm being honest, if I took you for a tour right now, it's an absolute mess. But I have about, I want to say, around over 4,000 video games physically on hard copies right now, ranging from cartridges from Atari, Intellivision, Nintendo, Sega, all the way up to the new Xboxes, PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch, all kind of different stuff. It's insane. There's displays from stores that have taken all kind of different stuff I have in there. It's
okay, just
crazy.
excuse me, but I'm about to say, dude, you have Atari? I was a kid when Atari, you have Atari and Sega? My brother was at least one time a video gamer, and he had Sega, and I think he had the Atari. Again, it's a little bit before my time, a little bit, but you have 4,000. Y'all should have got my reaction when he said this. And I can tell you're pretty young yourself. So this is more than just, you are truly a fanatic. You know, not just a fan, you're a fanatic.
Yes.
Come on.
I would say that. I'm very passionate about video games. It's been something that's been in my life since I was just like a young boy. So always loved games. Something that's always been a really special part of my life.
Yeah.
It's just something fun, you know. It's a good way to, I feel like, I guess, escape real world problems. It's something for people to go enjoy. It's just, it's a good way to escape. It's a good way to escape stress, de-stress. Sometimes I'll play a game at night and it just really helps. It just changes my mood.
Yeah, let's talk about as a kid, because Mama Lusco is here. And we kind of talked briefly before we got started, said, how did you get started with video games? And you know, you had toys, but toys stayed very neatly in the corner, but it was those video games that got you hooked.
Oh, absolutely. Now, the games I always tried to keep neatly as well, and always have taken care of my games to make sure they're in tip-top shape, cleaned, and working in perfect order. But yeah, so I started probably when I was like 6 years old, 6 or 7. My mom did start me out with like educational video games, but eventually we drafted towards like the plug-and-play systems with like the Pac-Man on it. You buy it at the store for $10, and I was fascinated by that on the big TV. My first like handheld video game system was like a Game Boy Advance. Gotcha. Fell in love with that. It was so fun. I played some like Mario Kart on there and stuff, and I just fell in love with the Nintendo spectrum of stuff.
So now you are the founder and director of this convention that's coming to Morgan City. Now, it wasn't originally set in Morgan City. It was actually, you're from the Houma area,
yes,
correct? And so how did it get to Morgan City?
Well, we're a bit like lightly funded, I guess you'd say right now. We're still trying to get the word out there. This actually has only started for less than a year now, the convention itself and the planning and whatnot. And we were asked, oh, go to the Civic Center, go to the Civic Center. But we researched, we looked at different options. A good friend of mine that likes the wrestling in this area was like, whoa, they got this auditorium over there. Dude, you've already been to it. You loved that place. It's nice. It's spacious. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check it out. And I actually come here at least once a month to go check out the Lake Cinema. And as you mentioned before, this is a very family-oriented town, and I always feel that very nice, classical, family-friendly vibe when I go there. And I enjoy traveling here at least once a month. So all in all, it was affordable. It was a nice spot. I've had the pleasure of knowing the staff of the auditorium these past few weeks, and it's just been wonderful. That's basically how we got to here.
Okay. So really, just logistically, it makes sense to have it here.
Yes.
Do you foresee it staying here?
Potentially, we'd like it to stay here. We've only rented out about half the facility to test and see how it goes. And we'd actually like to eventually rent out the whole place to have it here permanently, potentially. Because this got so big to the point where we were originally running this out of 2 different gym facilities. And with the amount of attendees that we had, it expanded too much to where we just had no more space in the gym.
Yeah.
But so that's basically what happened.
Well, we definitely welcome you here. Just, economically, we would love to see it. And what about the response? Have you had much response from the local area?
I'd say it's been a fantastic response between areas 2 to 3 hours away to back home at Houma, Louisiana, and also in Morgan City. It's been phenomenal.
Awesome. Well, we've got much more to cover. I want to hear more about Louisiana Retro Con as it makes its debut in Morgan City in September. So come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast with yours truly. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. My guest is Davey Lusco of Houma, and he is the founder and director of Louisiana Retro Con, which will be making its debut at Morgan City Municipal Auditorium in September. Right now, he's just drumming up all of the promotion that he can get. I think this is great for our area, especially since he touted it as a family-friendly event. Now let's talk a little bit more about the Louisiana Retro Con, because of course my first mind looking at your shirt, I'm thinking video games, but it's a little more than just video games, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. So we actually welcome in comic book vendors. We have anything from like local artists that we've actually had one come from Mississippi before previously, and she did excellent. We have action figures from anything from Masters of the Universe to all kinds of other things. Like you got stuff like old Spider-Man, and it's great to see the response you get from a child looking at what his dad grew up with, and the dad also getting excited in the same retrospective from the same thing that they both enjoy.
That's right. Yeah.
And we also, I forgot to mention this before, but we actually also encourage attendees to bring in trade-ins. So unique to this type of convention, we allow guests and vendors to come in and they can trade, buy, sell, and trade with each other. So it's kind of like an old style bartering show in a way. It's a mixture of a lot of things.
I'm going through my brother's stuff. He's like, "Where's my Castle Grayskull? Don't worry about it. You know, you're funding somebody's college right now." I think this is great. I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So comic books and art, and even if it's modern art, as long as it kind of fits the theme of Louisiana Retro Con.
Essentially, yeah. As long as it fits in basically in the retro realm of things, but we also allow modern stuff. Like we get some vendors that bring in modern consoles and stuff from like maybe only 5 years ago or less. But I usually say like at least 20-year gap is retro and beyond that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, almost anything's welcome.
So I'm thinking, when I think of any type of convention, we have Comic Con, which is, big everywhere. And hopefully Louisiana Retro Con will be big just like Comic Con.
Fingers crossed.
Right. I think of cosplay. I think of everyone just dressing up. And I was thinking, who could I be? And what could, I've always had this thing with Thundercats.
Yes.
I could do it.
I could see.
No, I'm just kidding. But do you welcome cosplay?
Oh, absolutely. So we actually will have, we're proud to be bringing back our cosplay contest. Since the first show, we've always done a contest, and it's slowly just expanded from the overwhelming response we get each time. Everybody loves it, but it's completely free. All we ask that you just go sign up. The cosplay judges are happy to help you sign up with that, and you might win a prize. So yeah, everyone's welcome and encouraged to dress up.
Okay, now you do have some more professional cosplayers coming, is that right? Who do you have coming, if you can tell us?
Yes, ma'am. So we roll out announcements, kind of like the video game industry hypes up stuff, so we keep it really tight wraps until it's time. But as of right now, as of us doing this, I do have GK Artastic. He is our excellent Texas cosplayer coming, and he does stuff inspired by the Halo video game. So he dresses up like a Space Marine Spartan in like armor made of foam. So he's a foam craft cosplayer, and he's pretty decently well known in the communities. And then we also have for sure Sailor Nami. She does various video game crafts, and she does content creation on the web. She does a lot of great stuff. So she's coming. We're excited for her as well. She's got a great following. So it's looking promising. But we've got about 8 more to announce.
Okay.
I want to say it's about 8. Yeah,
all
so
right.
that's several.
Well, are any of these cosplayers, are they local? When I say local, Louisiana, are they from other states?
Well, so as I mentioned, GK, he is all the way from Texas, so we're very thankful to be having him coming all the way from Dallas, Texas, to represent his craft. But most of them are from Louisiana, just from different areas. But
Okay.
anybody we can get, we're thankful for. So.
Right. And I mean, and while I'm thinking, oh, is this the first of its kind? But there are other RetroCon type events that happen in this area. Just name some areas in the state where something similar occurs.
Sure. So we also have, let's see, there's Lafayette Comic Con. There is Fan Expo New Orleans. There is actually Showcase Comic Con coming up. So there's like a few different ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Come on back. Two more to go. I am getting so wrapped up in this. I hope you are as well. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, my guest, Davey Lusco, who's the founder and director of Louisiana Retro Con, which is slated to hit right here in Morgan City, September
9th,
thank you.
2020. Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Thank you, September 9th. And speaking of which, since it kind of left my mind here, it's only one day.
Yes, ma'am. It's only a one-day show. We're hoping to eventually make it a full weekend, eventually
Yeah.
2-day.
So right now it's only one day, so that means you really can't afford to miss it. You need to come out on that day, bring your entire family, and it's pretty much a nominal fee. If you need more information, where can they go to get information on the convention?
So you can call us at any time at 985-628-5186. If you prefer to not talk to a live representative, we also just recently launched our new website, official website, last week. It is www.louisianaretroconvention.com. You can also check us out there for any event updates and any information questions you have. If you want to be a vendor, you could come submit an application. We're looking for vendors still.
Awesome. So it's still early, which means you still have time to be a part of this. And we were talking about cosplay earlier. Do you dress up?
I do not, unfortunately,
Okay.
not for this show.
Okay.
Shows that I travel to, sometimes I will dress up, but for this, I have to kind of be myself. That way, in case an emergency happens or somebody has a question, I'm there. They know where to find the representative. So.
Right. You can't be dressed in whiskers, trying to
Absolutely.
help someone. But something you said, I really like that. It's really about the people, right, and their
Yes.
experience for you.
Yes, ma'am. Like you had asked me earlier, do I get to enjoy the event? And I would say absolutely. Like seeing other people happy and smile, I feel like that's enough. I've enjoyed the event. If it was a success, if everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah. Now, is this an organization? Are you part of an organization that does this? Who helps? If maybe I know you said there's some volunteers, but who's behind you?
It's kind of a funny statement because it'd almost be like saying I'm behind myself. Because I actually started this last year before we even had pages for it or any official representation. We actually ran this under my personal group for the community called the Louisiana Game Collecting Guild. And we are almost at 2,000 members, and we're about to make our first year this July. So that's actually how it kind of origin story started.
Okay. Now let's not forget Mama.
Oh, absolutely. My
Okay.
mother's been a wonderful help.
Okay.
She coordinates and does so much for this.
All right, sounds good. And I think I may have asked you this, but this is new for the area. What has been the feedback, or have you gotten a lot of feedback, or people who are calling or looking up? What is this? What is the RetroCon?
Well, RetroCon is just a fun place for people to, come check out video games. We even have actually a free arcade where they can, and kids of all ages are welcome, adults as well, for an all-inclusive, family-friendly selection of retro games across the ages. And it's all provided by us. We put it out completely free. It comes with your entry fee. So they're more than welcome to come check that out. We got a cosplay contest. There's so many things that go on throughout the day that they can come check out, and we're slowly expanding it.
Have you received many phone calls?
I do get phone calls. Sometimes it's once a week. Sometimes it's few. It just kind of varies on the day. But yeah, we do get phone calls.
Okay, all right. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to hopefully twice as well as last time. I want people to come have fun, and I'm looking forward to the responses from people. That's what I really want to see, how this goes and how it fleshes out.
Yeah. Now, of course, in theaters, there's the Mario movie. Will we have any type of inspiration from the movie there as well? Because Mario's
yeah.
what started it all, right?
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
one of the very few popular ones that started it all.
Well, if you keep up with our social medias, you might here and there see a little hint or a wink towards Mario, because we're big fans of it. So you might see that in our ads.
Okay, so where should they be watching? Your Facebook page or?
Well, we have Facebook. You will sometimes see ads on our YouTube. It's all pretty much by the same name. We're on Twitter. We have TikTok videos for vendor announcements sometimes, Instagram. So there's several different ways to find us.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We'll be right back. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Let's get right back to it. Davey Lusco, who's the founder as well as the director for Louisiana Retro Con, which is coming to Morgan City to the Auditorium, to be more specific, on September 9th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. That is quite a good time. And for video gamers, that's like nothing. That's a drop in the bucket.
It's like not enough time. Gotta have a little bit more time there.
But that's a good enough time. And let's talk about admission, because I don't think we talked about it, but 12 and under, free?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay.
It's a way to encourage the families to get out more, because we really want to see kids get out and do stuff. You know, they're always stuck inside all the time, and it's like, oh, the world's so gloomy or whatever. You know, we want them to be able to have something safe and fun to come to, and that's why we encourage the free entry for them.
Yeah. Also connect with other gamers, right? I mean, it's all about networking too. I don't know how this works because I am so far removed from the gaming world, but I know that individuals play video games with other people around the world. You're able to connect and be able to talk. So this is maybe a way to even connect face to face with maybe that person who is, gamer 123. You're like, oh, you're gamer 123. I don't know if anonymity is preferred, but at least here you might be able to, connect with someone that you may have been playing with and didn't even know that you were, engaged in this competition with.
Well, absolutely. It's a great place to make new friends and meet new people.
Gotcha. What inspired you to start RetroCon?
Well, I always take it back to, honestly, one of my, I'd say, local idols. There's this gentleman named Ben Robert. He's in the West Bank area. He runs St. Tammany Collectors Convention. I went there and I sought out and wanted to do some, I guess you'd say, field research. I checked out his spring convention last year, and it was phenomenal. It was a great family-friendly experience, which is what we're built on to this day. There was so many collectibles there. There's so much that I love from generations from here to beyond. I was like, wow, this is fantastic. I'd love to bring something like this to the southern Louisiana area. And it's just kind of went from there. The balls kept rolling.
Yeah. And you already have paraphernalia out that you're selling, in particular the shirt, Louisiana Retro Con, and that is the gaming console from Nintendo, correct?
Yes, it is inspired by the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
So how can those who are watching, how can they get their hands on it?
We will have shirts available at the door for attendees. If they want, they can also find on our socials, we'll have links for that where you could pre-order shirts. So there'll also be that option if they are interested.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned that you're looking for vendors. Of course, when you think of vendors, you're thinking, collectibles. But, what about food? I like to eat. That's a long time. I need to eat.
Oh, I agree. I get hungry just running like crazy trying to make sure everybody's happy. But yes, we will definitely have food vendors. We have a few confirmed already, but we are still in search of some. And you can contact us from the website if you're looking to fill out an application.
Okay, so, yeah. Awesome. And lastly, you said that pretty much this is kind of a one-man band type of thing. I mean, of course, you have some others that are there helping you along the way, but are you looking for vendors? I mean, not vendors, for volunteers?
Yes, we are looking. We're always looking for volunteers. We'd love to have some people to add to this great team.
Now, how do they get involved? How do they, get involved to volunteer? What's the process?
Well, there's different ways. Like they could come and just assist by helping set up displays or help with maybe possibly crowd control or some form of security. There's different positions that we offer to everyone. Everyone's like a part of the family when they come do this.
Okay, great. Have you met new people since doing this?
It's been wonderful. I've met so many different people from all kinds of walks of life just the past year of doing this, and I wouldn't take it back for the world.
Awesome. That's something you don't really hear from gamers, because sometimes you think gamers are really isolated into themselves, but this has really opened up, I'm sure, a new world for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I would probably call myself like I guess you'd say an introverted extrovert, because I can do both. Some days I'm like, I don't want to deal with anybody,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
you got me
peopled
today,
out.
I'm on the TV.
Right, right. Okay, lastly,
Yes.
let's put your information out one more time.
Sure. So I'm Davey Lusco. If you want any information about this, you can contact us at www.louisianaretroconvention.com or follow us on pretty much almost any social media. And also call us at 985-628-5186.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you. Make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22. Take care.